Hey, hi, I'm audible. Hello, hello. So, hey, hi, guys. So, let's get started. So, today is day 21 of us learning about. Pardon me. Yeah, so let's get started again. So, today is day 21, and we are not going to do any sort of chart work or anything like that. आज का हमारा मेन गोल होने वाला है is revision. We are just going to revise our strategy and we are going to make sure that हमने जो भी सीखा है, जो भी हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी है, हम उसको ऑन पेन एंड पेपर विदाउट एनी कन्फ्यूजन हम इंस्टेंटली लिख सकें. So let's get started with this. So let's, what is the date today? I guess it's 5th February and 2026 mostly, and this time we are starting today is 1:39 p.m. We'll see how long we are going to take. So let's work on this strategy summary. What exactly is our strategy that we are going for now? uh, the strategy that we are going for, it is very simple, and it is to always go ahead and take a trade or try to make a trade in the same direction of the market. So अगर मेरा मार्केट अप ट्रेंड में है तो मुझे ट्रेड सिर्फ अप ट्रेंड में लेना है. अगर मार्केट मेरा डाउन ट्रेंड में है तो मैं डाउन ट्रेंड में ट्रेड लूँगा. बट फॉर माई लर्निंग, फॉर माई पेपर ट्रेडिंग एंड फॉर माई अंडरस्टैंडिंग, कुछ इनिशियल डेज के लिए I am always going to take a trade in uptrends only. I am not going to focus on the downtrend. So that was point number one. पॉइंट नंबर टू मेरा क्या कहता है स्ट्रैटेजी का, इज़ दैट माई वीकली एंड डेली टाइम फ्रेम आर इन सिंक. इसका मतलब क्या, मेरा अगर डेली टाइम फ्रेम क्या नाम है अप ट्रेंड में है तो मेरा वीकली टाइम फ्रेम भी अप ट्रेंड में ही होना चाहिए. ऐसा ना हो कि मेरा जो वीकली टाइम फ्रेम है वो साइडवेज में चल रहा है, डाउन साइड चल रहा है, एंड डेली इज़ इन अप ट्रेंड. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू एक्सेप्ट दैट. In order for this strategy to work, we have to make sure that our weekly chart is in uptrend. It is making higher highs and higher lows, and it is coordinating with our daily chart. So मेरे daily chart को भी higher high and higher low पे होना चाहिए. This was my strategy number 2. The point 3 number of my strategy says that there needs to be a valid pullback. Valid pullback in the sense, अगर मेरा स्टॉक कंटिन्यूसली ग्रो करते जा रहा है, उसमें मुझे कुछ सोचना नहीं पड़ रहा है. देयर इज़ अ वेरी ह्यूज ग्रीन कैंडल, सो आई कैन नॉट गो हैड एंड टेक अ ट्रेड इन दैट, क्योंकि अगर उसमें मैंने ट्रेड लिया देन इट इज़ गोइंग टू कम बैक टू बाइट मी बैक लेटर. क्यों क्यों क्योंकि इसमें जो मेरा प्राइस है वो ऑलरेडी आधे से ज़्यादा एरिया ट्रैवल कर चुका है. अगर मैं उसके बीच में घुसूँगा देन देयर इज़ अ ह्यूज प्रोबेबिलिटी कि मेरे को लॉस झेलना पड़े, एंड दैट इज़ द ओनली थिंग विच आई एम गोइंग टू अवॉइड एज मच एज पॉसिबल. Now moving to point number 4, which we are going to focus on, is the 20 EMA. Now I just want to clear out one thing at the start itself. 20 EMA is the only indicator which we are going to use in this entire strategy, and that too is to get a confirmation about the trend. मेरा trend strong है कि नहीं है, my trend is getting weaker, my trend, what exactly is happening with our trend, we will get to know with the help of 20 EMA. So let's say if my price is above my 20 EMA line, we will get a clear idea. हाँ भाई, my price is actually kind of strong. I can go ahead and make a trade in this particular stock. However, if my price or my candle is cutting my 20 EMA, उसके बीच में से निकल रहा है मल्टीपल टाइम्स या फिर उसके नीचे जा रहा है, इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि मेरा जो ट्रेंड है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा वीक हो रहा है. अगर वो अप ट्रेंड है तो वो डाउन ट्रेंड के फेज़ में आ रहा है, अगर डाउन ट्रेंड है तो वो अप ट्रेंड के फेज़ में आ रहा है. सो इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू मेक एनी ट्रेंड. आवर 20 EMA नीड्स टू बी वैलिड. पॉइंट नंबर 4 मेरा क्या कहता है इस पूरी स्ट्रैटेजी के बारे में, इज़ दैट we need to be sure that we have a valid support. मेरा EMA तो रहेगा ही, उसके साथ साथ में we need to also have a valid EMA, sorry, valid support, and that support is kind of closer to my price. तो मैं randomly ऐसे trade नहीं ले रहा हूँ. So let's consider as an example. So let's say my support is at 10 rupees and my price is around 50 rupees. So I cannot go ahead and make a trade in that particular case because मेरा जो price है उससे काफ़ी ज़्यादा दूर आ गया है, मेरे risk के अंदर वो बैठेगा नहीं later on. Moving on to point number 6 that we have to discuss is about the risk management. So For the time being, my capital which I am going to use, it is only going to be 10,000 rupees only. That is going to be my total capital. So the risk which I can take on each stock or on each trade is no more than 100 rupees. अगर मैंने 100 रुपीज़ के ऊपर का ट्रेड किया, सॉरी, अगर मेरा रिस्क 100 रुपीज़ के ऊपर रहेगा, सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू मेक दैट ट्रेड बिकॉज इट विल गो अगेंस्ट माई टोटल सिचुएशन. And so those were couple of things. So let's get started. Let's start writing down the things so we can memorize it. One thing I have recently learned is that until and unless you don't write the things out, you might or might not be able to understand it properly. So let's get started. What is the strategy summary which we have learned till now? So this, pardon me for my typing, it might be not up to good. Yes, I guess it is automatically filling up something. This is a systematic approach to trading where we identify stocks that are in uptrend and enter trend when they pull back to a key support level. We also make sure that the stock is in uptrend in both weekly and daily time frame, which helps us to confirm that the price is actually moving in our favor. We are supposed to, not supposed to, we are required, we will be very much required for this. Such as time frame matching, valid pullback, correct correlation between 20 EMA and support zone, proper risk management with valid SL and target. So this is what I am going to summarize. Let's work on the my no trade condition because these are going to be the things which I am always going to remember. So no trend if the stock is in sideways. So let's take couple of things out of this. So yep, I am not going to make any trend if what is not in uptrend in both weekly and daily time frame, if there is no valid pullback and if there is no valid support zone. Besides that, no trade if the price is cutting 20 EMA multiple times as it indicates that the price is getting choppy and the buyers and the viewers are in control. So this was my fourth one. Fifth one, no trade if my SL for the trade is more than 100. Let's type INR or more than 6%. That's what we wrote yesterday, right? So let's go for this one also. Also, we are not going to trade if the risk and reward ratio is not more than 1:1.5, because again our main goal is to make at least 1:2 point of what do we say, profit. But let's assume that I am okay to go for 1.7 profit. And what else does it indicate? No trade, one important thing which I have created for me, no trade if I get Second, thoughts about my decision, such as thinking about the stock twice after looking at the chart. Okay, so this is what we have. Let's explain the full process which we have learned. So let's start with yeah, let's take this and let's start editing it. Identify stocks that are in uptrend in both weekly and daily time frame. Check if the stock is in valid pullback mode. Yes. If is in valid support zone. Check if the price is if yes, then move ahead. If yes, then move ahead. Else trade is invalid. Let's write it like this to be very clear about our word. Is invalid. But for this we are going to be no, the price need not to cut 20 mm multiple times. It is less than I can reject. Yes, I can reject it without any regret, and I don't feel any urges. And actually, this is not something which I am saying after seeing all these questions, but this is something which I am trying to ingrain in myself, that I'm not going to make use of multiple indicators, because I'm pretty much sure it is not going to be useful for me in the later runs. जहाँ तक मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, प्राइस एक्शन इज़ मोर देन इनफ टू टेल यू अबाउट द स्टोरी what is actually going on in the market. So we are just going to go ahead with this. Yes, I am actually, in fact what I am planning about my trading is that I am not going to have more than 2 active trades in my bucket. अगर मेरे पास 2 से ज़्यादा active trade होगा then I'm not going to trade. 2 से ज़्यादा what do we say, orders मेरे पास नहीं होने चाहिए at a time. Yes, and I feel I am ready to move. I need I do not. So this is what we have done today. What is the time right now? I guess it is 1:52 p.m. How much time did we spend today? So we spent around 15 to 20 minutes to learn. Again, this is something that I have been planning to do. And where is my GPT bro? So let's paste our result for today. So result passed, you have passed day 21 and clearly moved to week 4. However, before proceeding, the important wording and logic you must lock. These are not cosmetic, these are professional precision upgrades. Day 21 passed, week 3 we have actually completed. Now we can go ahead and move on to week 4. So now your process thinking is structured, strategies are immediately accepted, you understand trend alignment required. Avoid phrases like price moving in our favor, peers are in control, these are interruptive. Okay, I will always try to do this. Structures remain intact, trend condition remains valid or invalid. No trade conditions, you listed 7, that's fine, mandatory correction. Emotional condition, remove it. 5 second thought. Professional trader do not use feelings as filters. Oh, okay, cool, got it. Cool, guys. So this is something which we have done now, and it is majorly related to our learning. I'm not sure what else we can do for this one. We can only wait, and that actually concludes a lot of things that we have done. So now I have a valid strategy which I can go ahead and play around with. I Besides that, I am also going to have few more things to work around with. So don't know what exactly to do. So do you guys? I don't think so. There is any doubt or anything like that. I'm just excited and kind of terrified about tomorrow. Like, how am I going to do paper trade? What exactly I'm going to do in paper trades? And it will get even scarier for me when I get into trading with real money. But I'm going to do it. Let's see what happens. So that's all for today. Have a